welcome to a belated update. It's 2nd of July. We haven't done an update since April. Those who follow the layout on Facebook will have seen some updates on there, but those YouTube followers will go through what we've done since the last video update. The main one, obviously, the concrete has all now been weathered, and inside all the inspection pits have all been weathered as well. I have to apologise for the background noise. Neighbours are having a barbecue today, so there's nothing I can do about that. So we weathered the outside of there. I've also now done the outside concrete outside the depot, and we've done some ballast the area as well. And we've also extended the line down at the end of the yard to go into what will be the engineering works gates. And as you can see, we now have a large Thornley Engineering Limited background, which as you can see continues all the way down the end. There will be a further extension to it slightly, which I'll go through shortly, but those I thoroughly enjoyed doing those. They're from a company called Skytrex. They come in a resin which is like a clear resin, and you have to paint them. So it's a Halford's red oxide car paint to do the brick, and then hand paint the white windows, black them out, and add the drain pipe colour in, and then stick them on the back. I have created a 3D effect. As you can see, they protrude out from the background by 9mm. I added a 9mm plywood background to them, did a double-sided tape to stick onto the back, and it kind of gives you that little bit of extra dimension and depth to the background. And as you can see, and I think you'll agree, so much better than just a simple blue background. So thoroughly pleased with that and how they come out. Took a while, but it's enjoyable. Certainly worth having a go at if you fancy having a nice background. Got the small ones as well at the back with the little door entrance, which they'll use to cut across from the depot. As mentioned, there will be one more extension to the warehouse engineering works at the end, and I'm going to have a footbridge. Thornley Depot is going to rent a few office spaces in the new one, and there's going to be a footbridge that comes all the way across down to there, and then it will go down to the footpath. So train crew will have access down to the oil depot and service shed, or down the footpath down to what will be Thornley TMD. Every single sleeper, the wooden sleepers, has been hand painted. I don't know why I did that. I've got an airbrush. I spent 250 quid buying it at Wally in 2016. It's still in its box, but I saw, can't remember the name of the gentleman now on Facebook, but did a picture of some sleepers and ballasting he did, and it looked absolutely fantastic. So he told me what he'd used, and I thought I'd have a go at doing a test area. So I think I did one section of track over there. I did it by hand, and was thoroughly impressed by it all. So I decided to hand paint every single sleeper on the layout using the paint that he recommended, and I've also hand painted inside the rails, which probably, don't know whether you can see, but normally obviously the rails are all shiny, but again I think it's about 3 coats of track primer from AK. Hand painted all those as well, and again thoroughly pleased with how they've come out. I think since the last update, I think the terminal, the service shed and all terminal had been reballasted, so that's now been glued down, and all hand painted sleepers, and I've weathered the oil concrete basin, and we've added some oil spillage to the track, and you can most probably just get it on the angle of the camera, a little bit of a shiny effect, which is the oil seepage from the fuel tanks. I've left the service shed area lightly weathered, although I have done inside the centre rail of the line there. Obviously loco spill. Now hand painted the base of the fuel tanks in red. Tiny little bit of weathering, needs a bit more, but we'll do that. I think the end rail over there we've left a little bit rusty, because that's just going to be used as a siding for most probably wagons and maybe the odd withdrawn loco. A few new locos bought since April, mainly class 47s, wouldn't be anything else. We've got a nice large logo Scottish 47 with snowplow 604, and sister loco also Scottish one, Highland Rail 47482, and that's got the old traditional black, black head coat. They certainly need filthing up. That would be on the list of things to do. Whether I do it or get someone else to do it, I don't know, but it'll be a long way off doing those. There's far more important things to do. We've weathered all the track, so that's come along nicely now. Still needs another top coat. The outside concrete's been weathered. It's a slightly different shade to the inside, but you'd expect that because obviously inside the shed would be more heavily weathered. And hopefully in the next few weeks we'll start to see a depot get built. The extension round to the fiddle yard's been completed. There's a few locos over there at the moment in storage. It's all been wired up again. All track has been cut to have feedback modules like the main layout, and there is a feedback module stored underneath and all wired up. I haven't actually wired it up to the layout yet, so from that corner there is where the power stops, but we'll get around to doing that. And place to store about 14 to 15 locos that will come in access to the depot. Oh, another new loco just arrived actually yesterday. Rail freight livery 47302 Meridian. I've got 301 Centurion. That now looks pride of place at Thornley. It's currently on the tankers, waiting to detach and go up the head shunt. And then the loco runs round, comes all the way back down to there, starts, reverses back onto the tanks, and then it will shunt the tanks into the fuel terminal. Detach, come back out, and then go into the service shed and await for the tanks to be emptied. What I've also done, obviously the boards were originally in 3 sections, 4 foot by 3 foot. I've now actually decided to ballast and go over the joins. It's unlikely that this layout will ever be taken up. The only time is if I move house, and if I move house I certainly won't be taking this with me, because I shan't be building another cabin unless I feel like it. So I've gone over there to make it look a little bit more realistic. Didn't want a great big line going all the way across, and I've done the same over there. I don't think you can see the line join now. If you look from where the warehouse back seam goes, there's a tiny little bit joined there, but all the way across. Now obviously you can see where the tracks have been cut, but as regards to ballast and weathering, hopefully it won't show anymore, and I think it'll be a bit more realistic. So the next thing I'm doing, I'm going back to a card template. Obviously I did one originally. I did make an extension to the concrete, so that back row now is completely straight, whereas before it was indented, but I just thought for ease of use of making the shed, so I decided to fill that in. So we've got a nice long straight run. That area at the end is going to be the lifting shed, so I'm going to make the roof higher, and obviously this will be a bit lower. Decided to go on a flat roof but with a pitch, so I don't know if you can see the back of there, that's where the cross girders will go up to, and then there's a line going all the way across there. So I'm measuring it all up, ready to get a laser cut one done, but there'll be plenty of girders going across, and then supports down that middle one there, which is a wider width, and that one over there to support it. I'm trying to get pictures of Thornaby roof, struggling at the moment, but decided to go for that. Otherwise I thought it was going to be too high, but the lifting shed, as you can see, is extremely high. It's nearly as high as those warehouses in the background, but you can imagine a row of locos parked there with all the doors shut. There is a couple of pictures on the Facebook page which I did. We're still going down the route of having all the doors opening and closing, whether they're individual or every 2 or every 3, I don't know yet. Still working that one out. But hopefully by the end of, I would say, August, I'd like that shell and everything to be built, even if it means having to do it myself. But it's taken time, but hopefully, as you can see, with a nice background, so I think the footbridge going over there is going to certainly make that look pretty good. The greenery down the end will need to be scattered with some bushes and over weeds, etc. Still need to put all the buffers at the end, but we're getting there. So the hardest part was actually hand painting every single sleeper. Would I do that again? Most probably not. Get the airbrush out and do it, but the resulting effect I thought was really good, so I'm chuffed to monkeys, as they say. So coming along, that's the next thing to concentrate on. I'm going to carry on making the template, working out the width and lengths and everything to make sure we get this spot on. May well go down and see James this week, possibly the week after. Away on holiday at the end of the month. I'm taking the camera out and filming the real ones, so we'll have a week off work and from the layout. So anybody's out and about, come say hello. If you're not following us on Facebook, it's facebook.com/Thornley TMD. Come over and say hello, like. I think I hit over 1,000 likes last month, so that was a milestone. That we've been on the 900 to 1,000 for nigh on a year. Built up quite a good like base fairly quickly, but the last 100 have been pretty hard to get. But we've hit over 1,000. We've got 1,025. I think we're about 1,300 subscribers on YouTube, so thank you again very much for subscribing. Any questions or queries, please do comment on Facebook or on YouTube. If you think you've got any ideas how you can help with the layout or what you don't like, don't mind criticism. If you want to put a thumbs down on YouTube, by all means do, but please have the decency to say what you don't like. We're all guilty of doing things wrong, and if there's some constructive criticism, I'm certainly up for that, because I'm no professional. This is all my very first attempt at doing a model railway. Had Thornley version 1 built by Neil at the Little Layout Company. So having built the cabin, decided to have a go myself, and I think I've done a good job so far. A little bit of help from James obviously with the wiring, but all the scenery is done by me. Concrete is all done. That's obviously told you all about how we've done that in previous videos, but I don't think you can beat that effect. Card just doesn't do it for me, I'm afraid. But that now weathered, I think looks the dog's bollocks. And obviously every inspection pit has got lights in it, so that'll all be lit up. The issue I had with that wire being live didn't work has been resolved. It was actually that I renewed that piece of track there and forgot to wire it up, so hence once I wired it up, the rest of the track inside there lit up as well, so we've got no problems there whatsoever. So thanks for watching. I'll try and do another update quicker than last time. It soon comes round, but thanks for watching and speak to you soon. Thank you, bye bye.